Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This video what we're going to focus on is graphing linear functions. The two functions that we're going to draw, we're focusing on in this video is the line y equal x and the line y equal minus x. All right, so y equal x. Note that the line y equal x is the same thing as saying y equal 1x plus 0, right? Where m is equal to 1, which is a gradient, and c is going to equal to 0, all right? So all we need to draw this line is some points, right? So if we create a table of value and we have x, y, make a quick little table here. All you need to do is to just choose 3 random values. All right. So let's say that we pick -2, 1, and +2. All right. It says y equal x. So if x is -2, y has to be -2 as well. If x is +1, then y has to be +1. And if x is 2, y has to be 2 because y equals x. So 3 points on this line is going to be -2, comma, -2. All right, that's one added pair. Another point on the line is going to be 1, comma 1. And another point on the line is going to be 2, comma 2. So all we need to do is to plot these 3 points and just use our ruler to connect them, and we're finished. So go to the origin, -2, comma -2. So just from the origin that we're going to go 2 units to the left. So it's going to be 1, 2 units to the left, and then 2 units down. So it's going to be 1, 2, which takes us to this point where the horizontal and vertical line intersect each other. That's where you put the point. 1, 1 now. Go back to the origin. So 1, 1, they are positive. So we're going to go 1 to the right and 1 up. Takes us right there. So that's the second point on this line. The next one is 2, 2. From the origin, we're going to go 2 to the right. So it's going to be 1, 2, and then 2 up. So it's going to be 1, 2. Takes us right here. So those are 3 points on the line y equal x. All you need to do now is to take your ruler and line up the 3 points and then draw a straight line through the straight line, right? Through the point, sorry. So line it up right here and draw a straight line as long as possible. I'm going to adjust it so you can see that it actually passes through all 3. Like that. And that's the line y equal x, but you must also ensure that you label the line. So we're going to label it. So this is the line y equal x. All right. So we know that we said that the c was the y-intercept. The line passes through, intersect the y-axis at 0. Right. As you can see, 1 is the gradient. Right. And note that gradient is the same thing as what we call the rise over the run, right? Rise over run. So that is the gradient. So here, to just make this look like a fraction, all whole number is the same thing as a fraction as just giving it a denominator of 1. So technically the gradient is just 1 over 1. Now, if you pick any point on this line and go up 1, rise 1 and run 1, it will give you another point on the line. For example, this point here, if we rise 1, so from this point we go up 1 and run 1, it will take us to this point right here. So we go up, rise 1, and then run 1. That will give us the point. And if you notice, all the points on this line will have that slope, right? We'll have the slope of that slope. So that will give us a slope. So here, if I pick this point right here, and I rise 1, and run 1, it gives me the slope, right? So what it does, it creates a right angle triangle, right? Where the slope of the line is the hypotenuse, right? As you can see here. So that's a slope there. And so let's now draw the line y equal negative x. Now, again, all we need is some table of values. So we need some table of values. So we're going to pick, remember that x is always the independent variable while y is the dependent variable. So we're always going to choose any 3 points for x. All right, so this is x, this is y. Let's pick 3 points. Let's see that we're going to use 3, 2, -1. So those are the values, right? Now, we said that y is equal to -x. So all we're going to do is just negate these values, right? So if x is 3, then y has to be -3. If x is 2, then y has to be -2. If x is -1, then y has to be +1. All right? So some points on this line is going to be 3, -3, and 2, -2, and -1, 1. So this line y equal -x is the same thing as saying y equal -1x plus 0, right? Where we can say that the gradient m is going to be -1, while c is going to be 0, which is the y-intercept, all right? So let's plot these points, and we're plotting it on the same graph. So we go to our origin, right? And we have 3, -3. So the +3 is saying that we should make 3 movements to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, and then 3 down. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, which takes us here. So where the vertical and horizontal line intersect, that's where you put the point. So that's the first point. The second point is going to be 2, -2. So we go back to the origin. The +2 is saying that we should make 2 movements to the right. So it's going to be 1, 2 to the right, and then 2 down because it's negative. So it's 1, 2. So it takes us right here. Then the next point now is -1, 1. So we go back to the origin. So the x component is negative, such as that we're going to 1 unit to the left. So it's going to be 1 unit to the left. And the y component is positive, so we're going to go 1 up. So it takes us right here. So those are the 3 points. All you need to do now is to take your ruler, line up the 3 points, and draw a straight line through those 3 points, like this. And that's it. But I'm going to adjust it so that you can see that this line passes through all 3 points. Like that. There you go. So there is the line y equal -x, and we're going to label it. So we're going to label it. So you should always label your line. So this line is the line y equal negative x. So the only difference between the two lines, they still pass through the same, they have the same y-intercept value, but the slopes are different. So this one is its slope upwards, this one slope downwards, right? So when it slope upwards, the gradient is positive. When it slope downwards, the gradient is negative. All right. So as you can see here, we could find the gradient by picking any 2 points. So let's say I pick a point here and I go up one. I go up 1 unit. So I go up 1 unit here, which will take me here, and I run one, it will take me to this point, which creates a right angle triangle. But note you have to pay attention to the direction. So up here means positive because I go this way, it means negative. So I go towards negative. So that's how you know that the run is going to be negative while the rise is going to be positive. So this distance is going to be a positive one, and this distance is going to be a negative one. So therefore, the gradient is negative. While for this one over here, we realize that when we went up one, this distance is going to be positive one. And when we went across, because we were going to the right, it was a positive. So this distance is also one, which gives us the gradient of a positive gradient. So that's the difference between the positive and the negative gradient here. All right. So thank you very much for watching and do enjoy the rest of your day.